Good day everyone. I finally freed myself from the nightmare of grinding events on 4 different accounts. For now. So I figured might as well take a crack at moving along in the story a bit. So here we are, here in Lost Belt 4. You got Extra. On our little trusty quick account. Stayed with 3 from event grinding. That won't last too long. The next event's going to be significantly rougher because it should be Scarfest, which will be a lottery event. They will both be extremely helpful, but also extremely tedious to grind on all these accounts. It's going to be a godsend for this one in particular because I'm completely out of QP, let alone the skill gems and the like. But enough jibber jabber. Wait, what's going on? Okay, we're on the 4th node. For the most part, as you can see, we've done 3 fights off stream. Unfortunately, I was forced to do this because the anniversary had, I think it was the anniversary. It was either the anniversary of the download campaign had some limited master quests where you had to do 3 nodes of main story for a bunch of Saint Quartz and a ticket. And unfortunately, Embodiment of Remnant didn't count, and I streamed those as well, so luckily it's just little cannon fodder mobs in these, so you didn't miss anything. In fact, this fight is a good example of what's going on in that regard. So, slap Stallfire out there. Still trying to get you up to Bond 5. Jeez, well over Bond 5. We're getting close to 8. What's this? Yeah, this is fine. Hopefully. We'll stick with this just to level it. I'll probably never use it after it's leveled, but it certainly doesn't hurt anything. Gimmick in this Lost Belt is this little debuff that we have in every fight. You start with having, it's the complete rainbow, quick arts and buster all down, as well as decreased healing and decreased debuff resistance. But as we go through the Lost Belt and knock off certain key bosses, gradually each of these effects one by one will drop off of this little debuff. Unfortunately, I think quick is one of the last ones to drop off, so good for us, I guess. Maybe mistaken though, maybe it's the first one to drop off. It's either the first or last. Till we get there and it's like the second. Okay, new little enemy types, although we might have seen them in advance. with 4 now. Possibly. Let's get a defense up since these are still struggling. I could actually take his attack skill up higher, but I don't have the QP for it. I have the mats, I could take him all the way up to 9. But QP. That being said, there is a much better QP grinding node now, so I could farm that up. But figured if I, it was tempting to do that, but then I wouldn't have streamed. So there's that. If we didn't have the debuff, I think she could do that. Never mind, she did it anyway. I'm actually not certain how high the... okay, it's... I think it's... yeah, I may be overreacting. I think it's like 10%. Oh, well, that's not too big an issue. Go Soulfire. Okay, it's new flavour of unicorn. This is a bit awkward. Finally I had her Apin skill up a little higher. Even my main account's getting low on QP at this point because I recently leveled, or rather skill leveled a bunch of stuff that I've just not been doing since I didn't need it. Of course I didn't need it this time either, but here we are. I reckon that will do it. Honestly, the MP probably will. Probably. Almost. I'm just going to assume there was a low roll to make myself feel better. Yeah, you tell him. I'm so mad I can't. And we're on to Act 3 after that, I believe. Oh yeah, fun fact. Little notifications up at the top. You can skip through those quickly by clicking on them and tapping on them if you're using your phone like you ought to be. It's really helpful when, especially now that they've added these new limited missions. Well, these new master missions. Or tutorial missions. I'll get the right term eventually. Where like 30 of them pop up each time you do a fight on a newer account. Otherwise you're sitting there for 10 minutes waiting for the bloody thing to scroll away. I've actually seen FGO streamers do that because they didn't realise you could do that. We call that funny. Although to be fair, it's not like the game does anything resembling tipping you off about this. Unfortunately, you can say that about a lot of mechanics. Okay. Well, we have access to... Oh. Okay, I was about to tease you a bit about not having your gut skill upgraded, but it literally just began an hour ago, so fair enough, fair enough. It's actually a really good upgrade because it comes with a 30% battery, so that's nice. I reckon we'll take this one. Actually show off combo level. Yeah, I started on this ape end and then I was like, wait a minute. Combination of low QP and also skills aren't maxed out, so I need to kind of save gems for those as well. Of course, onto gold gems as opposed to red ones, which is next. Still struggling with trying to figure out what I'm going to do about AoE saver on this account. Since Lakshmi Mai doesn't get any more raid ups, and I have no interest in Charlemagne, plus he's 2 years away. The awkward part is Sama Okiton is the obvious one, and she's such an incredible quick looper, she's sort of universal. You can loop her against bloody near anything. Right. Okay, is this... I had to do this. This off the activate. Sure. Might as well. So this is her third Ascension's animation for her MP. The previous two Ascensions has a different animation. Very recently they've been a bit lazy about that, unfortunately, for certain characters, where they keep forcing them into an Ascension that you may not even have them in, because they couldn't be bothered to animate it with different cut-ins. I feel like her art's gone. Hits pretty hard for some reason. So I've just always gotten that impression. It's 3 hits, and the third hit just seems like it just absolutely wallets him. I'm trying to remember. I'll have to look it up. I could do that right now, actually. Yeah, it increases the Guts Revival from 2700 HP to 4000 and gives her a 30% battery. So good stuff, good stuff. That's boost MP strength, but she's already got that buff. She just needs an ass out. We'll do the brave chain. It is a shame MP hits once. Look at that glorious refund. Hello. Finally have an arts assassin AoE looper. Now in JP with the little welfare Valkyries. I quite like Valkyries, so that's alright. Fairly long wait till then though. God, he got distracted. Oh yeah, I was talking about the Orkiton banner. My hesitation there, and again, Okita is one of my top 3 favorite characters. But the whole reason I started these alt accounts was to be able to roll on banners that my main account had to pass up that I still would have liked to roll on. So it's really awkward when we end up, or both my main and this alt are rolling on the same bloody banner, with the exception of the obvious supports. And the main's already wanting to roll on the Orkiton summer banner, specifically, honestly, even for Anastasia, just as much as for Orkiton. Okay, this. Oh, this is Najai, isn't it? Probably. Okay, didn't see a jack over here. I also have this one. Let's slap a star bomb on. Fire. Team cost. Why? Oh yeah. One thing I did since previous gameplays, I also raised up Alexander. Now, of the two, I prefer Medusa as an AoE, just well, as a unit, period. But Alexander brings some important utility in that he can remove buffs from an enemy, and that is very important to have that up. So I'll raise Medusa when my account recovers some resources soon enough. Right now we're just spawn leveling into 5 so we can do his MP up there. I'll probably never actually use him beyond just for that second skill, but he's there. That second skill is quite impactful because this account doesn't have like Martha or anything. Because I should probably get Medea out on my arts again. If I had her, I somehow don't have her. Now, I very likely have gotten her. Like I definitely have. But I've just not thought about it and ended up using her as EXP fodder or mana prison. I guarantee that's what's happened. Your overcharges the anti-female damage, isn't it? Yeah. So in that case.
他にやることないの？
お母さんいる？霧の都にようこそ。
Buff removal's pretty nice. Okay, let's have a little bit of fun. I'm actually curious how high. If we had Scotty, I was using Scotty instead of Wavy here. Okay, the charm, yes. As it should have. I wonder if. Just how high do we get the overcharms there? Ha! Won't lie, I actually expected a bit more than that. Now this is hit based, isn't it? Yeah, 3 hits. This doesn't do anything, does it? No. We just go for the battery, I guess. She really doesn't like Jack. It's rude if you think about it. So what's a problem? Oh, quick change for stars. Why should let off with the MP? Because the way it works is it's not the MP itself that does bonus damage to females. The MP adds a buff pre-damage that lasts the entire turn that does bonus damage to females. So I should have put the Buster card later so he could have benefited from the damage. In my defense, I never got to use Jack. I'm also not very bright. I swear she's awfully tanky for a Berserker. Love those crits. She really hates whatsoever's in that slot. Why don't I do this? Why do I do things? Let's see something crits this time. Be pretty funny. Yeah, about what I figured. So yeah, used to seeing her. She pops up a few times here. Also, oh, we just had to get him to bond 4. That's good to know. Should pop a level before we go through here, so I might not have to use an apple. Which is good because those are going to be gobbled up during the latter event, most likely. Most likely. Oh, I remember what this is. This is Ganesh. And she is a moon cancer. And you know what we do to moon cancers. Where's my solo list? Oh, I remember the solo I did with Canis now. Get rid of. Believe it or not, but my other two alt accounts still do not have double MLB Kunlun. It's actually a bit of a thing. That's the good one. Art account has one, and then not sure how far along the second copy is, but the master account doesn't have a single MLB copy. I have 5 copies total, and obviously I'm keeping them separate for now. Because it's better to have 2 un-MLB than 1 MLB and nothing else. But it really is a bee in the bonnet.
Dewa, 本日の戦闘を始めましょう。出直していらっしゃい。
そうしますの？
いいでしょう。
任せなさい。
ほっ。
こうかしら。
So you're surely not just going to keep using skills and not attacking. Card shuffles could have went best. Not quite. Not quite.
我が天秤に集い、きらめき。
We should get quite a bit of charge from the MP, so it shouldn't take but 1 art start here. Maybe I've overdone it by how many ban command codes I've attached to it. Just a bit. It's this fight too that I've set her up this way for, just for extra damage, because, well, not this fight, it's the spoilers, but we fight her again right after this, and she has like 75% damage resist or some nonsense. So the ludicrousness of Honey Legacy giving you this on top of the class advantage just helps that a bit. We're going to go ahead and just pop off now because fight ends after she breaks. Australia is very nearly being completely 2k fired. She's at 1900. So, won't be too much longer. Within 2 events. Should do it. Should. Time for the salty run back.
これはいたぶりがいのある湿気攻略しがいのある敵陣ですな。ひらめきましたぞ。呵責なく
そうします。任せなさ
やっておしまいなさい。
See, I could have Merlin command card on it. That'd be 10% extra gain.
出直していらっしゃい。
The Made New Orleans command card would be pretty nice too. Healing, because healing is double for a ruler for the most part, and she takes half damage from everything. Oh, well, for most things. I should have just asked Jane there. Yeah. Never mind. I like how they both have Stargather command codes, but look at how they've ended up. The Starwave formula is really... I'm not sure if theoretical physicists can figure it out. And of course neither of them crit. Sometimes life is pain. So yeah, here's where she gets that 75% damage resist shield. Right. Oh yeah, she has invuln now after that. Huh? What? But why? I am much confusion. I think we consider that looping, right? I'm pretty sure that command card doesn't have Stargather on it. One of the burn ones. No, I don't think it's Stargather, it's just a 5% creator. That's what it is. But it's not that one. That one is the one. That one was the first burn command code, and all it does is inflict burn. Pretty sure. I don't think this count actually has that one. I think the event that gave it away does get a rerun though. Although I can't remember which event it is. A lot of key ones thankfully are getting reran. But the one that I would like the most is the heal boost. Good wife, Fox. But unfortunately, that is yet to be added to the shops, even in JP. So I feel like there's a very good chance that it will be added. But she's still a ways away. But how's he doing? Is anyone close to being those? Have I even? Ah, I did not remember having you in the party that much. Yeah, I'd like to say I'm pretty confident that they will add it eventually, just because, for one, it's the only one of its time, and two, it was only given away once. There was never like a rerun and thing for it, and most of the other really early command codes that are good have been added to the shops, except that one. So I'd like to think it's coming up soon. It would keep raising bidding. Okay, well, grab Marie. Unfortunately, you can't skip this little animation. I don't think it plays too awful often though. It's not as bad as how events were bad to show their fancy little opening every time you clicked on a node. That drove people insane in the original versions of the maze events. Completely bonkers. Oh yeah, if you haven't noticed, we now have the NP game down as well, so that's fun. Pretty sure that's new here. That's going to stick around, even as the other debuffs drop off over time, fortunately.
Yes.
Good effort, mate. Take both those things away. I thought so, but I was doubting myself there. I'm actually surprised that I've discovered a shoot-in on this friends list that is anything but MP1. Seems like most of the ones that I see are like that. Which was really painful until she got her MP buff. It's still fairly painful.
夏の行楽は海だふと 興味を小さなことからコツコツとですね。一歩一歩着実に前進していきましょう。
Human attributes. 20 of them there. That shouldn't be too difficult. I reckon. Right, that's full attack. Or full HP rather, instead of full attack. It'd actually be a pretty good protest if it was full attack for certain quick units. In longer term fights, salary situations maybe. But since it's full HP, that's a no-no. Sure. Just keep calm. But actually, it's the same as this one, I believe. They're close to it, but the difference is this one's full attack. We approve of those.
いいですわよね、夏。とても開放的で波のプールお好きですね。なんか来た。どうや。
こういうのはどうだ。つまり昆虫だな。他にやることないの？
へへ、シュキシュキ大好き。かっこいいとこ見せちゃう。艶やかに柔らかにキラキラしきもの、ときめくもの、身は朽ちるとも永遠にあり、永遠無休、エモーショナルエンジンフルドライブ。
So, Samakiari is sort of like Ishtar in that you have to use a little bit, you have to plan ahead a wee bit to maximize her damage. So in this case, you want stacks of this, so up to 2 stacks, so you can buff these debuffs right here and get an extra stack of it because her MP does bonus damage based on the amount of said debuffs that is on the enemies. And she can really pop off if she gets enough stacks. Just a little bit of damage. And that was pretty much her own buffs, by the way. It's nearly 700k. Go, Marie. Maybe you can finally get an 8 then now. Who am I kidding? I don't think you can. Because non-limited 4 stars and the amount of copies you need to get stuff is a nightmare. An actual nightmare. Well, she probably does have the... Where is she? She's... Okay, she does have one at least. Just need to get extra attack boost. I don't know why I bothered, because another one's going to be complete after we do this one. That's a bit awkward, but we don't have an AoE saber. Maybe the Lancer is not in the first wave. If there's a weakness on this account right now, it's definitely the variety of AoE that we have. I suppose his MP isn't up there because, well, we have to clear Shimose. Yeah, level him finally as well. It's kind of important to get his MP up if you want him to actually do any damage. Can Marie pack enough of the hits to clear? I don't think she can without Scotty Vance. And Canis is more single target with splash damage than genuinely AoE. Like that we have two AoE archers. But, oh. Oh well, maybe we'll just have to go slower this time. No double AoE and B. Shame we didn't get him. Lost account. I'm going to risk the coin flip and say she crits. Come on, you can do it, lad. Alright, girl. Look at you. Oh, almost. If he was growled up to 90, or to 100 rather, bugger all. If he's growled up to 100, which will happen. In fact, I would have already done it. Well, he would have been 98 because I only had 4 grails. Wait, I only had 4 grails at the moment. Going through here would get us the 5th one. But yeah, I'd go ahead and get him up to 100, but I have a weird stubbornness that I don't always even stick to, of where I like to get them to 10, 10, 10 skills wise before I grail them. I don't know why. I'll just do things sometimes. And hopefully, well no, because it's not the gems necessarily that's the issue with Starvo. His maths are bloody nightmare. Wait a minute. Pretty sure. Because all she needs is 10% rebuffs.
あなたが望むなら
Alright, we have MP gain down. She should still get 10% rebuff, surely. Right?
原始の眠りから目覚めなさいエディンシュグラクエーサー
Oh, she didn't kill.
私に
Never mind. That's what cards are for. Now, she can do it again. It's almost like 50% batteries are good or something.
通話の途中だな他にやることないのこういうのどうだ
女神の姿がお好み分かっています
Doesn't particularly matter, I suppose. Whose face card I ended it with.
攻撃してますあれ工具名何だったっけゲートオープン本当の絶望を教えましょう渦巻く塵に帰りなさいエディンシュグラクエーサー当然の結果です取り立て騒ぐほどのことではありません
So all we're lacking is the human attribute enemies. Which they can't decide whether they want to call it human or just man attribute enemies.
サーバントの霊気を拡張
Not to be confused with human trait enemies, which is living people. Which is also not to be confused with humanoid enemies, which is just the vaguely humanoid shapes. People that like Sansa and are crying about that last one. This is... I know now. Let's go... Oh. What's this again? Right, I remember now. That was... Was that the Da Vinci Lily seed that was up with her? Or was it Scotty? I think it was Scotty. During that anniversary. I need a better non-quick CE for my Buster units that I do have. Because right now it's this one, which is more tailored towards arts. Or not that one. Wait a minute, where is it? This one. Of course that. You see there's none of them are. Well, this one is. I reckon that's alright. Of course, next year's Halloween Omnibus rerun extravaganza, where all the Liz Welfares come back, will be a godsend because we can get aerial drive, which is the best starting MP Buster C, at least until the one that comes out in 6th anniversary next year with Koi and Skya of Light. That one is arguably better because you get an extra 10% starting MP gauge. It's also full attack, and I think it gives similar Buster buff, but it has, well, it depends, because aerial drive gives you MP damage up, pretty sure. And that one gives you crit up. Maybe even buster crit up specifically. I think, now I'm doubting myself. Bugger, let me get this turn started and I'll look at that right quick. It's starting to bug me.
少し厳しくいくわ。やるのだわ。
Drive. Yeah, it's yeah. When MLB, it's 10% buster up and 20% buster critical card damage, and 60% start engage, full attack. Whilst aerial drive is 10% buster up, 10% MP damage up, full attack, and 50% gauge. So yeah, it's basically. Do you want the MP damage up, or do you want to focus on crits? Because I feel like the difference in MP gauge doesn't really matter. Because it's 50% versus 60, and then your units are generally getting 20% from the apex. And then a battery, most batteries are at least 20%, or 30% rather. I feel like there are a lot more 30% batteries than there are 20% nowadays at least. But that would be where a difference would come in, I suppose. Is having a 20% battery like Saber Lily and Salter both end up with 20% batteries. So it would matter on them, but at the same time, are they really hefty buster crit units? Or are they, because they're definitely, they're the ones that just specifically have spatial scaling on their MP to where their MP does more damage than they should. So I feel like you'd want aerial drive regardless on them. Just to make that even more. Also, I don't think either of them have Star Gather up anyway, they just have basic instincts, Star Bombs, which aren't a spectacular amount of stars. It's chunkier than I thought she would be. Just a bit. Shame we didn't get any Canis face cards. Just in case I might want to do that. We're getting this. Honestly, maybe I should just MP with it.
でもな、少しは
Not sure this will do it. If I did buy a mana burst,
死に監獄
it should
我が
have.
かかとこそ冥府の怒り
But
反省するのだわ
as is, probably not.
飛び込めてあげる
聞くかよ
Probably not. Okay, we can do this. Yeah.
やってやるよいいんじゃねえかうるせえな
Fortunately, we don't have any stars to take advantage of the massive crit up that we're getting here. But you stop critting. Very much appreciated.
固く縛るわ
おういいんじゃねえか
Resh can already be next turn, so we'll give Canis some charge. Never mind, we'll just get it ready completely. First tango with Ash.
ダメだってば今格好つけてるんだから
Take the brave
黙って
chain,
なさいでもな厳しくいくわ
suppose.
お願いネスラムタイヤ冥界の守りを知りなさいこれが私の空気がいるからだ飛び込めてあげる
Come on, crit. There we go.
冥界の敵だ
No, not you crit. We crit. Now,
そういうのどうだつま
hey look, Kaloo.
り他にやることないの
Oh, bugger. I'm so used to having Atlas. I was going to reduce her cooldown and be a bit cheeky.
もうかおういいんじゃねえか
I'll really pass up a past a brave chain now, can we?
飛べ飛べ飛べ大概なさ
Looking forward to Canis' buff. It's a bit bonkers. It gives her 30% battery. And Star Region and a Star Bomb is like it's. Hold on, let's make sure I'm not misremembering. Pretty sure it's that bonkers. The thing is, she's already quite strong. Okay, it's not a Star Bomb, but it is 15 stars per turn for 3 turns. And a 20% battery, yeah. Did I say 30% earlier? I meant 20%. It's shoot-in's buff, it's 30%. That's why I had that on the brain. It's like, it's on his second skill, which is already a really good skill. Nice 5 turn cooldown. Just makes it a bit faster and more consistent. Just a smidge. this is Ash again, all by his lonesome, so preferably we get a nice single target. Turns to it. Huh. Actually, because hit third skill, because Ash is obviously divine. I almost wonder if she can one-shot him. I suppose there's only one way to find out. It's not like he has a great deal of HP here. Too much. Also, remember what I said about Najjar. We'll be prepared to see Ash quite a bit as well.
これは私も手伝わないわけにはいかないみたいね。捉えられるかしら。
Oh, you chose the right target, I reckon.
ルーンよ、力をここに。ワッキョ、深淵の H。どれにしようかな。古きルーンよ。
こういうのどうだ。つまり途中だな。他にやることないの？こういうのどうだ。
These are two Scar cards. That's a brave chain, isn't it?
絶後。
Ah,
発動任せよ。
酔いしれなさい。
okay. Yeah, they lowers the defense quite a bit.
差し湯ガチ。突き湯ガチ。フィーボルクオルテン。
Oh yeah. Easy as.
最上に近い勝利だけど、戦う前に勝つくらいはないかな。
That was fun. That's pretty scuffed too because she wasn't 10-10-10 and Mr. Code wasn't 10, wasn't rank 10. And Waver's skill, his attack up wasn't 10. I think there's a bunch of story nodes now. It takes us to Act 7. Well, maybe not a bunch. Okay, fight time. I think these are more fodder enemies. Environments. Need some AoE berserker damage in here. Or just what the doctor ordered. My main account does have God Juno. I suppose I should actually get it. I haven't leveled his skills at all. I never put him on the list, so I haven't bothered. I wonder if I even have the mass for it, because he takes those blasted eggs. Those blasted eggs that just don't want to drop ever. Are they even enough? I suppose they are. Suppose. I'll see that. We'll probably just finish leveling that during the Lalo event. This one's just more convenient. Now leveling this one doesn't really do anything besides cooldown. It doesn't affect the skills, efficacies whatsoever. But there are very rare occasions where you will get in a very long fight to where those cooldowns are relevant. Very, very rare occasions. I'm just gonna gas it.
こういうのどうだつまり連中だな他にやることないの
巨人ここに捕ら
Why
え
did I think that was 70?
よし
はいはい
Bloody Waver stealing all the
待
stars.
ってますまっついてます攻撃してますさはいあれ防具名なんだったっけ
計略だ
待ちとれにゃっあいて
Lose.
よし
シューはいはい
罠だ
スムーズなってゴー
Oh, that's painful. Should use this, but I thought she's.
こういうのどうだ
Oh well. C'est la vie. Doesn't. What's I want to do here? Don't want to braid chain. This is the attack buff is going to wear off soon. This should take this one's HP to roughly this one. So with air cards it'd be under. I definitely don't want to raid chain because we have to get OMP. Otherwise it's a battle.
ガーホーどうか絡まりませんよクーブルカーのガリゴランテよーしお客様かっこいいぞセイフトヨ
Oh, I seem to have slightly undersold how much damage Starfire is going to do. My apologies, lad. Shame we can't do this.
ガーガーホークー
don't think this is quite going to do it. Because I use Summer Musashi quite a bit in leveling those. Potential Buster counts out. So I pretty much got a feel of how much damage she does just with her own buffs. So yeah. It's funny they haven't even took a swing at her. Still got her evade. It's always a bit weird seeing some of the classic mats here in the lost spells. What are you doing here? And onwards Act 8. I can, I promise. Here we face Lakshmi Bai. What fun. As usual, I don't have any. Wait, he's single target, isn't he? Just MP1 though. So Final Ascension. I feel like I've always found it a bit amusing that Summer Ilias Final Ascension looks like this, but yeah, regular Ilias is her in a swimsuit, or on the beach rather. It feels like they should have swapped those, but there is like a couple years difference between when they came out from each other, so I guess it's just a coincidence. There wasn't some hilarious mistake where they swapped off words. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'll where is she? There she is. Sure. Remember kids, Lakshmi Bai is a saver. She's weak to archers. Allegedly. She's also allergic to this account. Cheeky. Uh-oh, are we stuck? That'd be no good. Seem to be stuck. I was beginning to wonder if it was stuck again. Longer loading screens. for some reason. suspected as much. The all
他にやることないの
debuff resist acting up
こういうのどうだつまり連中だな他にやることない
seems to
の
have it. I think her second health bar's a bit bigger, so now I'm torn. Whether I should. I'm going to say no,
3体頭が
since we have the quick crits here, which are going to do a little bit of
約束は
damage.
壊さないその孤独を粉砕するキャンディースターフォトンレイ
Of course, it'd be more thematic if I used Ash for this, but
羊はこう使う
I imagine he could saw it fairly well. Well, if he had his skills level, but QP and gems are keeping it. Well, not really gems. Bloody stakes.
共に戦おう
That's the issue.
一斉
Good news is we lose, sort of.
プレゼントフォーユーこういうこともできるできるかもキャンディーケイン約束は壊さないその孤独を粉砕するキャンディースターフォトンレイ
最上に近い勝利だけど戦う前に勝つくらいじゃなくな
Hey! Finally someone with a mana attribute. Just need 19 more. Oh dear. That's weird. Okay. Well, some hero proofs. We definitely need those because I think Stolfo needs some, and maybe Ku. Wait, what does Ku need?
よく
Yeah, he needs 10 more. Maybe even more than that. I can't remember if this is the high amount that he needs or the next one is. Ha.
我ながらいい
Cannot recall. This is a bit awkward. But yet again, at the mercy of a lack of AoE. I'm not sure why I bothered to put him there. Alright. If you'll notice, we've had this for a couple fights now, but I'm slow. So if you notice, we have another little permanent box besides our debuff. That's taken well, we've had that for a while too. There was an MP gain down. Well, now that's been replaced by this, so we still have the decreased healing debuff, which is 20%, But this increases the HP heal by 40%, so we're coming out ahead 20%. And we have a little HP regen at the end of each turn. 600. Well, it ends up being 600. So yeah, that's a thing. Chaos should be able to, at the very least, chunk them pretty heavy.
他にやることないの？
やってやるよ。うるせえな。やってやるよ。受けたまわったマスター。おう。飛べ飛べ飛べ。どこまで俺はいける。大概念さ。
Not bad. Not bad at all. We need to.
いいんじゃねえか。うるせえな。
Not quite.
いいんじゃねえか。
That should just about do that wave. Now we can blow him up with Kiara here. See, she has 3 stacks, and now she only has 1. So her battery would be 40% now. But we have no use of that.
深い海に誘いましょうよ。はい、もちろんです。
I'm pretty sure she has higher attack than Candace does. Probably. Okay, seems like you didn't quite kill. Not quite. Don't want to brave chain because if only crit. If only. Wait, but you keep costing us extra turns, mate. What are you doing?
いいんじゃねえか。
ええ、せっかく夏ですので。可愛らしい。
これでも勝ちは勝ちだよな。うん。
On to section 9. Okay, next I believe is just a bunch of our little collie enemies. What's happening? We can switch to a different AoE now since they're all berserker. Is this one higher level? No. 61 versus 64. I'm hoping that they do a Christmas omnibus pretty soon. That'd be great. They also need to do a summer one. Like, surely they will. They wouldn't just randomly do one for Halloween and then not do the other seasonal events that give welfares. There's also a Gouda one that they would have to do. Of course, they've also said that they wanted to start doing Lancery runs, which I think is a very stupid decision. Okay, we'll we'll go with this for now. Say's great. Should have gone with dance. That would have been enough damage, probably. See by doing it that way. She doesn't put it on those. By doing it that way, started we should be able to MP twice in a row. To finish off the remaining critters. Just noticed that in the background. There's a snake, he would have bit me. Okay, next I believe is the I think these are the last two fights against Najjar. I don't think she pops back up after that. So this first one is it's a bit wonky on the way it ends. It's supposed to end either after she uses her MP for the first time, or you break a second health bar. But how it actually goes, I don't bloody know. And she's got 70% damage resist, or defense up, rather, as well, so I suppose we have 4 on it sitting in here. But 2. Shazayari, do we have a single target? Hello? Anywhere? No. She'll do. The issue is, when I went through here in my arts account a while back, the battle didn't end after a first NB. It was like a couple turns later, she then full charged the gauge and used it again, and then it ended, which was weird. Now since this is... what kind of fiddle with this one? Okay, we definitely want Ku, since he is one stalling lad. I'll slap something pretty on him, I don't know. We're just stalling, so I guess that works. See, it's cheeky because it doesn't interfere with his protection from arrows, they just stack on top of each other. And the invuln hits will be pinged off before the evade hits are. Truthfully though, it doesn't really matter because generally you're going to get the cooldown of protection from arrows back just in time anyway. Oh, Lilana. Oh, I guess I was born leveling you. Yeah, I need to do that still. To raise you. Enough jibber jabber. I don't know, we'll just throw bodies at it. I'll even leave her there for kicks and giggles. Marie's rather cheeky. Oh yeah, I can do the... where is this? Pretty sure I have it. Yeah, it's right there. Same difference, where her invuln stacks with the evades. Guess we could keep waiver. That event's ended, so I can MLB this one now. Although there's no real need to use it over this, because it split starts. What would I want on waiver? I don't know. Whatever, that's fine. So using his MP to drain hers and stall it out
戦闘か
presumably is a bad thing.
ところだけど
Yeah, I see it even says endurance battle.
技能を使用 フランスはどうに
こういうのどうだ
ぜひとも
あよし
てんでい
罠だ
I forget how many stacks of evade she has. I think 6? Something like that. She still packs a wallet, unfortunately, even the
虐
violence.
待もない任せて念には及ばずあたぼうよあたぼうよやっ技能を使用 アマちゃん舐めさせようかガーゴン改め一斉だこってな
Why do that? This is worthless. I don't have an arts card. Whoopsie daisy.
気合十分任せてよろしくてよ
Marie's MP gain is not spectacular, unfortunately.
オンそじりしたそうだウガフナグリスタグウガ36系神奈川
Their MP can help us stall a bit because it heals.
ごめんなさい
But it's getting it.
もうや
Isn't the easiest.
技能を使用
つまり途中だな他にやることないの
I'll say as we get it.
さんざめく花のように火のように虐待もないぜひともセーヌの流れモンブランの頂きああ美しきフランスギロチンブレイカーあたぼうよ技能を使用技能を使用やっ
And now she has sure hit. So that puts a bit of a damper on her cheeky little strategy.
念に虐待もないどうかしらてんでい
Okay, she should
神妙なら技能を使用
Yeah, so she just full charge there. Started shooting after this. But I'm curious how I threw her AI off
大だ
on the arts account that made it go like 8 or 9 turns. Well, let's see if it even ends. Yeah. Next fight's actually kind of similar in that you can kind of stall it out because she starts taking exponentially more. She starts taking damage to herself each turn. It starts at 10,000 and it doubles each turn. So she starts to, I guess, overeat, if you will. Hide some habit. Also, instead of having 70% defense up, she instead inflicts us with a 70% attack down. Which is a bit mean if you ask me. Suppose we could do this. Oops. Something better. Get them to take this a bit more seriously. Because this actually is an actual fight, sort of. Sure, we'll go with this. I forget if she gives herself sure hit in this fight at any time. I don't think she does. Once you break a bar, each time you break a bar, she'll give herself
ごめんね
5 turns of defense down as well. So that speeds things up.
来たら先をあげます
ツーマンの連中だな。他にやることないの？じゃあこういうのどうだ？ツーマンの連中だな。他にやることないの？
よしよし白は偉いね
Hey, they both hit. That's good, we take those.
煩悩無料制限だいいよ慌
Tentatively
てない
say sure.
さあ情欲の矢を放ちましょうもはや私の体全てはつながり虚空と果てる
She guarded the charm as expected. Honestly, that damage wasn't too bad.
議論をしよういくらでもどうぞ
So yeah, she took the 10k there. Next go around.
愛の炎をいいですよはいはい
She'll take 20.
堪能してください
And so on and so forth.
こういうの好きでしょ私の愛は縦横無尽議論をしようやっ
Waivers. I'm having a good time, I've it easy. Incidentally, every 5 turns after she uses a skill, she will basically she'll take 300,000 damage every 5th turn after she uses a skill. Or something like that. So basically she's the one on the timer in this one. Just debating the levels. There's no sense in it.
よし。
はいはいいいよ
無駄だ。
どうにかな
she blocked the
悪い
burn. That's a shame.
しよ
Ah, bugger. I forgot about that. I should have. If I used this, she would have immune that. Bugger all. It's fine. This won't work, will it? No. It's fine. We have a great chain here.
う喜んでくれますか
Hoisted by her own
無
petard.
偏罪を与えますどうにかな私の愛は中央無事理論をしよういくらでもどうぞ理論をしよう
Oh, that's no good. So now. Tell you what. No. I need to keep these in ones for her MP next turn. If I get rid of the invuln, I could heal a bit, but it's not going to. Could get. Now, crit's still going to one shot, but if we do this, she has to hit it twice. Okay, we got the burn.
無偏罪を与えます理論をしよう
This drains us anyway. Oh, that's no good.
理論をしよう
Well, damn.
じゃあまあぶっ放すかねぶっ殺してやらあだ
Everything will be done, Shabu. Alright. Alright. She's not going to get another turn, so.
みちみちるいいですよはいはい
Might as well do this. It's the most damage we're going to get.
カーマどうか無限にまどろんで
It's joking, the charm actually went off.
堪能して
Karma, you beauty, look at you. Okay, there's no way she's lasting much longer after this. However, he's going to decay.
喜んでくれますか
Huh. Time for the patented coup solo. Shoes. Shouldn't take much to get in the because her attacks have quite a few hits to them. That was wrong. Turns out extra damage to berserkers is pretty good.
今の全力
And that takes us to the halfway point of this last bout. I actually think stop there just for now because I'm bloody starving. Yeah, next up is a bunch of fights against Asclepius. After this, oh yeah, after this the whether it's the quick one of the card color debuffs is removed after this. Hopefully it's quick, so we do 10% more damage, or rather we do normal damage instead of 90%. But yeah, that's for next time. After we finish this last bout, probably do Shimosa so we can get Puma's MP upgrade. I guess I should go ahead and level him up to 70 as well while I'm at it. Should probably do that. Wait, was there something else I was going to do? I have some interludes to do. Why is this available? Yeah, I'll do all that busy work, I guess. Maybe we'll waste our AB on. It's Archer and Cast today. So that's nice. But yeah, I reckon that'll do it for this one. Bit of a short one this go around. But try to get back into the second half before too long.
暑さ対策を万全にして良い休暇をお楽しみください。
It's only one. But yeah, that'll be it for now. So I hope you enjoyed and see you next time.